Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angelisa, and on this channel we read, discuss, and obsess over books together. And today I'm going to be starting a new quick little reading vlog. I thought it would be fun to capture my first encounter with an author, not in person. I mean for a book, especially one that I plan to read a bunch of books of because I really love a lot of the premises of this author's books. So the author in question is Olivie Blake, and I'm going to be reading Alone with You in the Ether. So this was chosen actually for one of the book clubs that I'm in for this month, but I legitimately have had a try new authors video planned out for this month for a while now, because I plan a few months in advance video ideas, and it was literally Olivie Blake was the choice, and I was going to read one of her other books, Master of Death, or One for My Enemy. But then when this got chosen, I was like, oh perfect, I can actually start with one of the books that she became really popular for in the beginning. So you can see that there's a bookmark in here. I did start it. I've made it through part 1. I think there's 7 parts in this or something, but so far I kind of just wanted to get a feel for the writing style and the content before I started this video. But so far basically I am enjoying it. I think it's really interesting. The two main characters are very different, and the way that they're written is different from how other books I've read have been written. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's kind of reminding me of Sally Rooney, the author of Normal People and stuff. It's kind of reminding me of her writing, where you get a lot of back and forth in the mind of both of these characters, which is kind of cool. And there's also a lot of there's a narrator. It'll be scene, and then it'll set a scene. Olivie Blake's other books are very much very fantasy based from what I understand, and this isn't. This is a love story. Actually, it says a love story at the front, but I don't know. One of them is obsessed with time, and the other one is obsessed with how the universe works and time machines. So I feel they're going to have an interaction where they kind of find that common ground and start to bond and communicate and understand each other in a way that other people wouldn't understand. But yeah, so far it's very, very interesting. But yeah, for example, there's narrator, a beloved kindergarten teacher. It's just narrator, an overzealous Cubs fan. There's different, and the setting, so it's kind of written as a play. I don't really know. I feel once I read more I'll understand, but so far that is what I'm kind of feeling about the book. I'm pretty sure they just kind of are about to meet, or they met once and they kind of just talked for a few minutes, and I'm pretty sure she's intrigued by him. But he's kind of giving a little bit of neurodivergent energy as well. He questions a lot of things, and Aldo, which is short for Ronaldo, he is also a TA and I guess a university student in this, and he's not very well liked by his students because he has a hard time explaining things that he knows, I guess because he's just so smart. And honestly, I feel that's something that uberly smart people just kind of struggle with. Their brains move a lot faster than other people, so it's kind of hard to explain how they come to a conclusion, and I totally get that. I'm not trying to say that I'm super smart or anything, but I get it. So far I think they have an interesting dynamic, and I am gonna keep on reading and let you guys know how it goes. I do have the audiobook too, so I'm kind of audiobooking and reading at the same time, because hearing the different voices also really, really helps, because I said, there's all these different narrators that kind of just pop in, as well as having each person's point of view in the third person kind of. It's just really hard to pay attention to. Anyway, I will check in a little bit later. Hey guys, we're gonna ignore the state of me right now. I did want to talk about Alone with You in the Ether because I did get to part 3. So I finished parts 1 and 2, and part 2 is basically when they have their 6 conversations together. And I think the whole idea was that they were wondering if you could really know somebody within 6 conversations or not. And the conversations they're having are very minuscule. They're not really getting really deep into anything until this last conversation that they have is when they really start to talk to each other about stuff. And so far I'm just loving getting to experience their brains and the way that they think, because they both think similarly but also so very different. And I think it's just I don't know, I'm really loving the writing. I'm really loving how certain things are said. There's a certain quote that I think I saw. Hold on. I was reading and then I highlighted it. Okay, so there's a few quotes that I saw in like part 1 that I really liked. So one of them was, your future self will always see what your present self is blind to. This is the problem with mortality, which is in fact a problem of time. And I was just like, what? Like my brain literally stopped and was like, excuse me, hold on. And another one was, it isn't constancy that keeps us alive, it's the progression we use to move us, because everything is always the same until very suddenly it isn't. And yeah, those were just a few quotes I really liked. And then there was this one that just, I have never been able to explain the feeling of anxiety and depression and stuff when you are medicated. Like, people think that medication just like makes it go away, but like it doesn't. It just makes it a little bit more manageable. So I'll read this to you. The thing about pills, Regan wanted to say to the doctor, who had clearly never taken any, was that the ups and downs still happened. They were just different now, contained within brackets of limitation. Some inner lawlessness was still there, screeching for a higher high and clawing for a lower low. But ultimately, the pills were loose restraints, a method of numbly shrinking. And like, I've never felt like so seen by a quote before. Like, I feel like that just explained exactly what it feels like to live like medicated for your mental health. And yeah, that was just like, every time a pill sat in Regan's palm, she suffered some new strangulation, a faint memory of some distant need to force her heart to race. She'd crave a senseless rage, a dried up sob, a psychotic joy, but find only pulse after pulse of nothing. Without the volatility of her extremes, what was she? Managed. Pretty much. So yeah, I just think that like, I was reading some reviews, even though I haven't finished the whole book, but I was reading some reviews and there's such like polarizing reviews going on. Like, some people really love this book and I feel like are feeling the things that I am, where they're just like, certain quotes are just hitting so hard, and getting to see these two kind of like get to know each other and just have this like undeniable connection with each other is amazing. I really hate Marcus though. Like, if you know, you know. I just don't like him. I think that he shames her a lot for her mental health issues, and like, he just needs to be gone. But at the same time, I understand why people don't like this book because of Marcus's existence, and that like a lot of the writing might feel like very flowery or like pretentious, as people would describe. But I personally have been loving it. I think it's been a really interesting experience reading it, and I'm so excited to dive into part 3 because they've started talking about like keys to one another, which I've always liked the idea of like having a key to someone's soul or like just inner workings. So yeah, we're gonna start reading that. Part 3, page 117, I think, out of like 262. So we're like 40% through the book, 45% through the book. So we're gonna keep going, and I will check in with you guys later.
You fall a long way down.
This is horrible lighting, but I just wanted to give you a quick update because I am I'm on Pop for it, and I just went back to like annotate everything that I've been highlighting on my phone because I really wanted to have the tabs and the highlighting in the book. I used matching tabs for the cover and matching highlighter. Let me find a page with a good one on it. So cute. The writing in this is just so good. Like, there's so many quotes that I'm in love with, and these two characters are just so complex and dense, which I love. Not dense like dense, but like there's just so much to them. Anyway, just a quick update. I'm gonna keep reading because there's still quite a bit to go. I'm on page like 167, and there's 262 pages, so I've got to keep going.
got me off of the ground. Sway for a minute, the plane moves side to side. One way ticket, I want you in my life. I feel a mile high when you're on my side. High up in the sky, cruising through the night. I feel a mile high. I ain't never been one to not follow the signs. You're looking like a one-way, gotta make the right choice. Hope I make the right noise, hoping that you like boys like me. I know you're feeling me from across the room. I got a feeling you could be my muse. I hear strange when I see you, you say green, but I see...
Guys, I just finished part 5. Literally highlighted this like entire paragraph. Moving on to part 6. There's just something about the writing and the quotes in this book and the way that it like explains specific feelings that I've never read before. Like there's times when I'm reading where I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Like, if it wasn't written in this way, like the plot of this, if it wasn't written the way it is, I think I would absolutely despise this book. But because it's written the way it is, like the actions that the characters take, I think I would despise them. But the writing... oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna finish it. I literally have... what page are we on? I'm on 231. There's 31 pages left. Let's do it.
Absent thought, maybe I should take you up on that ride, 'cause I'm out of my mind. It's a little too late, there's just enough time if we let it all out.
Hey guys, I just finished Alone with You in the Ether by Olivie Blake, and reading the acknowledgements really kind of like put the cherry on top of this book and helped me understand where a lot of the point of view and perspectives were coming from. I don't want to say, because I feel like if you read this book and then read the acknowledgements at the end, it's just a great experience. But I did annotate like a whole bunch. There was just so many quotes in here that I was just like obsessed with, and I don't know what to say. I did end up rating it 4.5 stars, so I couldn't do 5 stars because there was still like, the plot really wasn't like explained that well. And I mean, by that I mean like, how do I explain? Okay, so the writing in this is just very, I wouldn't say pretentious. I think it is very flowery, very poetic, very focused on feelings and perspective, and literally how like your brain just like, the thoughts that your brain has sometimes it's just like all over the place, especially if you're neurodivergent or live with mental health issues. It's not that like steady stream of consciousness that like I feel like most books kind of show in their internal dialogue, but this one literally showed, like, I think it showed very well how the inner workings of two very different people's brains worked, and also like a beautiful story of just like how they kind of came together and complemented each other. I don't know. So yeah, 4.5 stars. Really, really loved it. Would definitely recommend. And I'm definitely going to read more of Olivie Blake's books because I feel like there's just going to be so many amazing quotes in them. I'm so excited. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below if you've read this book and what your thoughts were, or if you're planning on reading it. I'd love to chat about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.
And that's how